As we have said to you many, many times, there is a river of life that each and every one of you can rely on for your own support. The river of life flows through you. The river of life simply flows through you. Now, what interferes with that flow, of course, are your beliefs, are your thoughts, are your emotions. They end up becoming those boulders, those big rocks that end up diverting the river of life from serving you. It ends up serving something else. And so this self-awareness that so many of you have exceeded all of our expectations of where you would go with this as a human being, you're getting to become so clear that it doesn't serve you to entertain these internal or external distractions because there's such a huge price that you pay. The river of life flows through you. It is the universe supporting how you feel about you. And so we've been, in a way, driving home this whole thing about self-love so that you can actually experience the river of life in support of how you want to experience your own unique relationship here as a human with a soul. Now, we wouldn't be here if all of you weren't here as well. And all of you wouldn't be here if not for us. So let's just get really clear about that relationship. Self-love establishes a reconnect with us. Now, we've been here for some time. And so the whole awakening and enlightenment process is the acknowledgement that who you also are is also here. If you allow us to be in your body with you, if you allow us to be in your thoughts with you, if you allow us to co-create your day-to-day reality with you. What does self-love do for you as a human? It creates a new value that you place on your life. It begins with how you value your own human nature, your own human experience. And so for a lot of you, that new sense of value that you give to yourself changes the relationships you have with other people. That's why when we initiated a whole thing of cutting cords, cutting those horizontal relationships and connections with so many other human beings, no matter your history, no matter your biological connection to them, so that you could sense how it would feel when you place this new value on your life. When we've been suggesting over the last 5 years, can you value you as being priceless? Well, that's quite a leap when others haven't even recognized your value. And that was the whole point of it's really time to disconnect from your other human counterparts so that you can have and develop a sovereign relationship between you and the river of life that is here with one purpose: to support you, whoever you are. Self-love creates that value. And if that value is held, if that value becomes integrated, if that value becomes a part of your day-to-day reality, then without doing anything, without trying to become more lovable, you start to notice in a synchronistic type of way that things just pop into your life. Things begin to show up, new opportunities, new potentials, without you really doing anything about it. Except what? You decided to create a different value in how you feel about you. Because when you are feeling yourself as being priceless, the universe has no choice but to also feel that way about you. Abundance then no longer becomes an issue because you can trust that if you're going to value yourself the way that so many of you have become so clear, incredibly clear about how you feel about you, the priceless nature of you. It's astounding on our end, the potentials that we see, because this is beginning to unfold in ways that could never have been predicted. Now, how will this impact life on Earth? Well, it can go a lot of different directions, but the direction that we see it going, which is really irrelevant to the direction that mass consciousness is aware of, it sets so many of you free. And it serves so many other spiritual families that you are also in service to in a very different place when you value yourself as a sovereign creator of your own experience. Not as one who beats himself up because the experience you're having isn't really something that you value, because it's distasteful, because it's unfulfilling, because your body might be hurting. You value yourself because you trust that the love that you give to yourself and feel about you will be what you experience as a reflection of that. Now, this is the year, the last year for all of you is at the forefront of this change, that you have to continue to tolerate all the biological issues that are a part of what you inherited by taking these physical bodies as being the only opportunity to experience yourself in a human form. The human form is going through its own transition. How that will develop in the next 50 years is going to actually blow your mind away. If we were to describe it now, it might look like something you saw in the old Star Trek series, the one that you called Data. Imagine that form that also had a soul connected to it, that was eternal, that had a mental capacity to process data that exceeds anything that your human brain could possibly do, and had physical abilities that far exceed anything that this beautiful biological body that you've been so accustomed to, that it could do. You see, when you value yourself, when you love yourself to the degree that so many of you have really taken this on, it opens up a variety of doorways that never were available, that you never saw, that perhaps in the past would have frightened you, would have scared you. So things are changing in a very dramatic way, in ways that might surprise you, surprising a lot of you, that as we have been talking about, this whole notion of becoming empowered and becoming enlightened has nothing to do with trying to enhance your human identity. Enlightenment is not a enhanced, energetic, carbon-based body. That's what so many humans have tried to do with the whole enlightenment process, is to accelerate or enhance the radiance of energy that the limitations of a carbon-based body can offer you. That's not what we're offering. That's not what we are teaching. What we are teaching, and what we can continue to teach, particularly in, yes, in I Spirit, because it's really for those of you who have said yes. Yes to leaving behind the carbon-based identity, and those of you who are willing and allowing your own divine body, your own crystalline body to become your new form, your new identity. Yes, that is the transference here from a human form that sheds its carbon relationship to a crystalline relationship that allows the great divine presence, your I am presence, to be with you, to be you. So much has been spoken about how your great I am sets so many different parts of itself free. And from the human perspective, you've endured the separation between that divine relationship up until now. But the great I am that you also are set itself free that it may experience itself as you, through you, with you, in this divine human relationship. That's why you're here. That's why you're here. To open your bodies, to open your heart, to open your mind, to open yourself completely to the part of you that set itself free to be here in this experience. That part of you doesn't have a problem that you've developed a conditioned human identity. It's okay with all of that. And we understand that when you go into that place of allowance from your conditioned human identity's perspective, it triggers all the survival issues. It doesn't know what to do with that. It feels so vulnerable. But some of you have recognized of late that your own sense of vulnerability has actually allowed you to feel more centered, more powerful, more capable, more peaceful than you ever have before.